Hello and welcome to episode 26 of my A to Z stitch series. We've made it to Z, the last letter, and we're learning the zigzag lozenge. So let's spin the spinner and find out what the last project will be. And it's a pouch. So you'll need your yarn of choice, the recommended hook size, scissors, tapestry needle, and an optional stitch marker. Begin by making your slip knot and then chain any even number. I'm going to do 16 for mine. There we go. And then once you're done, flip the chain over so that you're looking at the back. We're going to work into the back bumps for a cleaner look. Row 1. Skip the first chain and work a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. And continue making one single crochet into every chain all the way to the end. Super duper easy. I'll do a couple with you, but then I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here's how row 1 looks, nice and simple. Once you're done, chain 1 and turn your work. Row 2, we're going to make 2 half double crochets into this very first stitch. There we go. Now we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the next one we'll work a half double crochet, chain 1, and another half double crochet. So let's go ahead and do that. There's the first half double crochet, then chain 1, and then reinsert in there and make another half double crochet. Great job. Now we'll skip the next stitch and repeat that in the next one. Make the first half double crochet, chain 1, and another half double crochet. Continue like that all the way across, skipping a stitch and working the half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet into the next one, all the way across the row until you reach the end, where I'll meet you to finish it up. So here's how it looks. You should have 2 stitches left. We're going to work 2 half double crochets into the very last stitch. Great job, everyone. Once you're done, then you can chain 2 and turn your work. Row 3. Now we're going to work a double crochet into the very first stitch, and this is going to count as a double crochet 2 together. Once you've made the double crochet, then chain 1. And now we're going to make a double crochet 3 together into the chain 1 space between the half double crochets. So let's learn how to do that. Yarn over first, then insert into the space, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then yarn over again and reinsert your hook into the space, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops again, and one more time, yarn over and reinsert your hook, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through 2, and to finish it, yarn over one more time and pull through the remaining loops. Once you're done, then chain 1. And that's what we'll be doing across the entire row. So let's do it one more time together. Yarn over first, then insert your hook into the next chain 1 space between the half double crochets, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and reinsert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. And one more time, yarn over and reinsert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, then yarn over one more time and pull through the rest of the loops. And don't forget to finish by chaining 1. So not too bad, right? Continue working a double crochet 3 together into every chain 1 space all the way to the end, where I'll meet you to finish the row. Here's how it's looking now. You should have 3 stitches remaining. We're going to finish by making a double crochet 2 together with the final 2 stitches. So yarn over first, then insert your hook into the second to last stitch, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and insert your hook into the very last stitch. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over one more time and pull through the remaining loops. Fantastic job, everyone. Once you're ready, then you can chain 1 and turn your work. Row 4. We're going to start by working 1 half double crochet into the very first stitch. There we go. Now we're going to make the half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochets in every chain 1 space again. And we'll start with the one right next to where we are. Insert into the space and make your half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet in there. Awesome, and I'll do one more with you. We're just going to repeat that in the next space, right between the double crochet 3 togethers that we made. Alrighty, so continue like that all the way across, and I'll meet you at the end to finish it up. Here's how it looks now. Once you're at the end, you should only have 1 stitch left. We'll finish by making 1 half double crochet into the final stitch. Perfect job. Once you're done, then you can chain 2 and turn your work. Row 5. We'll start by working 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. Awesome. We're going to make some more double crochet 3 togethers again into the chain spaces. So let's do that in this first chain space. Perfect, and don't forget to chain 1 when you're finished. Continue making double crochet 3 togethers all the way across in all of the chain spaces, and I'll meet you at the end to finish the row. So here it is. Once you're at the end, you should have 2 stitches left. We'll finish the row by making 1 double crochet into the very last stitch. Easy peasy. Great job, everyone. Once you're done, then you can chain 1 and turn your work. Row 6. We're going to start by working 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch. Perfect. And now we're going to skip the first double crochet 3 together, and we're going to start making our half double crochet, chain 1 half double crochets into the next chain space. And continue working these in the chain spaces all the way across to the end, where I'll meet you to finish the row. So here it is, super cute. I just finished working the half double crochet, chain 1 half double crochet between the final 2 double crochet 3 togethers, and you should have 2 stitches remaining. We'll finish the row by making 2 half double crochets into the very last stitch. Awesome job, everyone. From here, it's a 4-row repeat, repeating rows 3 through 6 until you're happy with the length. The instructions are on the screen, so you can pause here or screenshot. Once you're happy, we'll make 1 more row of single crochet to match the bottom of the project. So keep going and I'll meet you for the final row. Here's how mine looks now. After the initial 6 rows, I did the 4-row repeat a total of 2 times. I'm happy with how mine looks, so now we need to do a row of single crochet. When you're ready, go ahead and turn your work. Don't worry about making a turning chain. We're going to make a single crochet into the very first stitch. Awesome, and then we're going to insert into the chain 1 space and make the next single crochet. Perfect. Then make a single crochet between the next 2 half double crochets. Then make a single crochet into the chain space. And then between the next 2 half double crochets. There we go. Easy enough, right? Continue making your single crochets and I'll meet you at the end to finish it up. I just finished making a single crochet in the final chain space. I'm going to make 1 between the next 2 half double crochets now. There we go. Once you're at the end, you should have 2 stitches left. We'll finish this by making 1 single crochet into the very last stitch. Phew, great job everyone. Now we're just going to chain 1 and fasten off as normal. Now let's turn this into a pouch. I was originally thinking of making a glasses sleeve by folding it hot dog style, but let's just make a classic pouch. So before we do that, there is a right and wrong side of the stitch. Pay attention to the double crochet 3 togethers. The wrong side looks more textured and messy, whereas the right side looks smooth and just really nice. We want the wrong side to be facing us, and all we're going to do is fold this in half and match up the edges. Make a slip knot and pop that on your hook. We'll start at the bottom of the pouch and slip stitch the sides closed. Make sure everything is nice and lined up. Then insert your hook through both layers in the same spot and make your first slip stitch. Perfect. Then just go up through the next space through both layers and make another slip stitch. And continue like that all the way across. Just make sure that your edges are lined up and you are crocheting the slip stitches evenly and you'll be good. This is a pretty forgiving stitch and this part doesn't have to be perfect. Keep going and I'll meet you at the end so we can finish it together. So I'm going through the last space now, and to finish this, I want to insert my hook through the very last stitch on each layer of this and make a slip stitch. By doing this, it's going to be really nice and sewn up. Once you're done, then you can chain 1 and fasten off as normal. Awesome, and now repeat that on the other side and you're basically done. Here's mine. I love how this turned out. I'm going to leave mine like this, but if you want to make a little tie closure, then flip it right side out first. And all you need to do is count the stitches and find the one in the very center, attach to that stitch with a slip stitch, and then chain, chain, chain until you're happy with the length. Do that on both sides, and then you have a nice and easy tie closure. But I love this, so all that's left to do now is weave in the ends. While I do that, let's chit-chat about the stitch. I always start with easiness, and this one is easy, but not at the same time. It's not a mindless stitch, at least it wasn't for me. I had to check the instructions for every single row, which always drives me crazy. I feel like it's deceivingly hard since it looks fairly simple, but then it's a 4-row repeat. So I'm on the fence about easiness. It's all doable, but it involves a lot of different stitches and you definitely need the instructions in front of you. So what about cuteness? I love this. I think that this is adorable. It's a really fun stitch that still looks pretty modern and simple, nothing too crazy, but it's really nice to look at. Mature but youthful, a really versatile stitch. So will I reuse or retire this stitch? I really want to reuse it. I think it looks so pretty and could be used in so many projects. So what are some ideas for it? My mind instantly goes to a sweater, cardigan, or poncho. I think that that would look gorgeous. I'd also like to see this used for a book sleeve or a Kindle or iPad sleeve. I think it would be really pretty used for coasters, placemats, table runners, stuff like that. Blankets and throw pillows are always a great go-to. Hand warmers, beanies, headbands would also be stunning. I feel like this would work well for almost any kind of project. Like I said, it's a super versatile stitch that could be used for so many vibe types and age ranges. I love this one. But that was it, the final episode of the series. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for watching, whether this was the first one or if you've been following along from the beginning. I appreciate it so much. If you want to help support my channel, then a like and a comment goes a long way, and don't forget to subscribe. This series may be over, but I have so many crochet ideas up my sleeve, so you don't want to miss out. Plus, I need some more crochet besties. But anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and as always, happy crocheting and stay lucky. Bye!